Hello and welcome to another relaxed, chilled out, re-energized episode of the weekly Deathmatch. I'm working sane hours now, so yeah, for the first time in like 2 years, and nobody put the unhealthy hours, as I would guess I would call them, on me. That's something I did to myself, but I finally went out of my way to fix it, and this is my first week of working those hours, and I already feel great. So that is where I am. Also, Overwatch, because roll queue apparently comes out tomorrow. Also, lag spikes, the occasional lag spike. I'm sorry. When you see them, it's not like a recording lag spike, it's like an in-game lag spike, so I suffered it as well. I kind of forgot to close some background processes, and I think that's kind of why it happened. Also, I just haven't played Overwatch in a while, so it's kind of like you forget what you get used to when you play a game for a long time, so maybe I was just used to the lag spikes and I need to like readjust my settings or something to get rid of them. But either way, I haven't played Overwatch in a pretty gosh darn long time, so I thought I'd get back into it. I was a bit rusty as McCree, but I thought I'll play some McCree, why not? It'll be fun, I'll get back into it. I'm really excited about roll queue. For those of you who don't know, roll queue is so in this game you can choose tank, damage or healer kind of thing as or I guess it's called support, as roles in this game. And while all can like damage and kill and stuff, obviously they're more based around those particular roles, and they're just now introducing a queue so that you have to choose your role, and then when you load into a game you can only choose a character from that role, which is important because you often have games where people refuse to switch off of like fucking Hanzo or something when you've already got like 5 DPS. Then you just lose the game because people are being selfish and annoying. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking glad that they're finally doing the 222 queue. Also, it should make Overwatch League more exciting as well, because it will change up the meta. Because people have just been doing free tanks, free healers for a while now, and you know, that's not very fun. Although I haven't watched it in a while, I don't know. Maybe it's switched up already. I don't know. Also, I have a block nose. That's all I have to say on that. Also, in anticipation of the next No Man's Sky update, I've gone back to playing Starbound. Although it was actually Reese who came up with the idea of playing it because he wanted to play it on stream, and I was just like, yes! And we played it for 5.5 hours. The VOD's available if you want to go check that out. But yeah, I've been playing some Starbound, and every time I play Starbound I forget like how fucking good it is. Every time I go back to it I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how good this game was. It's basically like, even though it came out before No Man's Sky, the easiest way to describe it is like a cross between No Man's Sky and Terraria. But also it has its own unique qualities as well. It's a very good game, you should check it out if you haven't already, if you haven't had the chance. And I think that is the game that has nailed exploration. Like, exploration, I don't think is as fun in any game as it is in Starbound. Just something about it. Like, it's got a nice kind of looting loop when you do explore places. It's got a nice variety of biomes and, you know, civilizations, and it's got a lot of interesting lore, and it's just fucking fantastic. So yeah, but also I am looking forward to the No Man's Sky update, which is coming out tomorrow. I think tomorrow, probably the day after for me, because it'll probably come out in the evening or something. Because VR, baby! But also I do quite like No Man's Sky as well. I've sunk about 60 hours into that game, and I think when I played it, I played it like the day before the first update that made it a decent game came out. So it wasn't Atlas Rises, it was the one before that. I think I played it like a day before the next update came out, so I mostly played it during Next. And yeah, I enjoyed it and stuff, but like with all of the subsequent updates, even though like they're good and they add content to the game, I have got to a point where I've seen most of the stuff this game has to offer, but I haven't seen most of what that game has to offer in VR, and it's 15 quid on PS4 right now, so I might just buy it on PS4 so I can play it in PSVR, even though I've already got it on PC. I don't know, don't judge me! Speaking of judging me, World of Warcraft, the game I spend way too much time in. Classic Name Reservation just came out, and last night I very ecstatically jumped on and made 3 characters. I made my main, which will be a human mage. It's a shame you can't make night elf mages in vanilla, but anyway, human mage, and then I made a night elf hunter called Quiver, and a human paladin called Sangetsu, because anime, and because because the name is never available. Even though, like, normally I like to have characters which make sense in universe with their character names, and I write lore behind them sometimes and stuff like that. With Classic, I'm going with a different approach. But anyway, I woke up this morning and I don't know, I was reading through Twitter and I happened across my tweet about it, and I looked at the screenshot and I went, shit! I made them on the wrong server, so I lost the name Quiver. Quiver was taken on the other server I wanted to name my characters on. So I deleted all those characters, and I replaced Quiver with Vancha, which is a reference to a book series, a young adult book series called Cirque the Freak, which was also kind of relevant during the time of vanilla. So I've got Kritigri, I've got Vancha, and I've got Zangetsu, and yeah, I think those are fun. So I will mostly be playing my mage, but I thought I would grab some names while I can, because you can only make 3 characters while the name reservation is open. So I thought I'd grab those while I can, and yeah, it's a shame I don't have a name Quiver, but then again, it is nice to have more of a theme going on with my character names. It was kind of, I don't know, I don't have OCD or anything, but it was kind of, it looked asymmetrical a little bit to see on the character select screen. Kritigri, Quiver, and Zangetsu. They're all very different names, so it pleases me a little bit more to have Kritigri, which is fine because it's my normal username, and then Vancha and Zangetsu. They both embody kind of a 2004 kind of spirit to me. I don't know when Bleach actually started coming out. I think it was around that time. I think the Cirque the Freak book series came out a little bit before that time, but I think I don't know, just like early World of Warcraft, it kind of embodies the spirit of that to me, of like what I was interested in, what I was reading, what I was watching, and I think future characters may also follow this theme of names. I may also try and find some other references to stuff, because I always thought that was kind of a cool thing. I'm way too up my own arse about like making sure my characters have lore and like that they're actual characters in the live game, but I feel like in vanilla, in Classic even, I can play by different rules because the lore there is more inconsistent anyway with the current day lore, so I can have fun and make some names which are references to things. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too laggy. I'll see you next week. Goodbye!